I'm Joel.
I'm Chris.
This is 80s Music Twin Ranked, and the band we're doing...
Drum roll. Styx. Welcome back.
So, we're doing the band Styx today. Started out in 1972, but before we go there, let's talk about Rush. The Styx, you wouldn't think Styx is similar to Rush, but they have some similarities, right?
Okay.
You agree with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Their band is 4 letters.
That's one. All right, so second one. I was actually watching their videos to see what videos. Most of their videos they do live, right? They didn't have very many concept videos. But you ever listen to the words "To Come Sail Away"?
Yeah.
That's something Neil Peart would write,
Okay.
right? So he's talking about
2112.
You'd be thinking whether to talk about like a trip on a boat.
Yeah,
but he says there's a gathering of angels first, and then in the next line he's like, it's not a gathering of angels. It was somebody saying, come on into our starship and go off into the skies. It's like aliens. So, Rush. That's Rush. All right. What's another one? Mr. Roboto. What does that remind you of?
The video reminds me of The Body Electric.
The Body Electric, right? Now, the guy isn't a robot. He's Body Electric, but he's being chased by robots.
Yeah.
And they show that, it's the one ship trying to find him when he's outside, so similar. And now, Rush did theirs second. This one came first, Mr. Roboto. Lastly, what was Neil Peart's little disc he put out called?
Pieces of 8, which they have an album called Pieces of 8, right?
Pieces of 8. So.
Also, on our album, the album first that I bought, Big Money.
Okay.
Second song on it is, do you remember?
Grand Delusion?
Grand Design.
Grand Designs. Right. Grand Delusion.
They had Grand Delusion, though.
That's not so. No. So they combined two. They put Styx 2 albums together.
Yeah.
Or not? They don't have design in theirs, do they? No. Okay.
No, it's Grand Delusion.
But they do. Styx has an album in their later years that nobody knows about because it's like once their band was
Cornerstone. Is that what you're saying?
No. The Mission.
Oh, right.
Which is a song on. What's that album? Hold Your Fire. Enough about Rush. All right, so
enough of a comparison.
Now they started off in 1972, but really they weren't. Even after their second album had a big hit, even though it wasn't a hit when it was first released.
Right.
Lady.
Well, they were under they got a contract with Wooden Nickel Productions Records, which wasn't national. That's why they weren't.
Right.
They knew they'd have to go with another band.
And there's another song.
A&M picked them up.
And it got re-released, and then it finally hit on the charts. Top, I think it was at number 6. I also read, I don't know if this is true, but they were saying that Dennis DeYoung's songs. He's the father of the power ballad.
Yeah, I saw that.
Mentioned that with Journey, Styx, and all of them.
You'd have to go back and see, was there... Well, it's not that he was the father of ballads.
No, power ballads.
Power ballads.
Has to be power. So. Yeah, I think they have 5 specifically, and they're all sang by him, right?
Right.
So, can you name all 5?
Are they including Come Sail Away? Probably not.
No, that's not really a
But Lady and Babe, I know for sure.
Lady and Babe, Don't Let It End, Show Me the Way, and The Best of Times.
Show Me the Way is not really a power ballad, is it?
Maybe.
A ballad, you would think it means it's singing about love. Wouldn't you think? That's what power ballad means?
Was it? And Show Me the Way.
Show Me the Way is like...
I don't know, they use that for Desert Storm, so maybe it's not about love. Who knows?
Yeah, did that same thing they did with the Jerry Maguire song where when they played it, they put in...
Yes.
Children talking? Is that children?
You know, it was like probably families of military men that were
just annoying
dispatched.
when they do that.
Right. So they weren't big though. Even after Lady, they first 5 albums, not really anything going there. When did they get big?
80s, right?
The addition
of Tommy Shaw, right?
Basically, that's when they had and he wore.
But he pretty prolific. Look, they did like 12 albums.
Once a year.
In their
Every year they get an album.
They missed a year, but 12 albums in their first 11, or is it 11 albums in their first 12 years?
Yeah, well,
and one year they did 2 albums.
Did 2, right?
And they say the second one is their worst album ever.
Styx 2.
Styx 2.
That's the one that has Lady though. Unless the Serpent is Rising.
Serpent is Rising. They said all the songs are like innuendos.
Okay. Now what would you...
And they re-released Serpent is Rising under the name Serpent. They re-released Man on a Mission as Mission. So
what would you say is your favorite album? Because
they're
all alike.
You're probably gonna be surprised and maybe not agree. I like Crystal Ball.
Crystal Ball.
Yes.
It
doesn't have that. It only has one hit.
Which one is it?
I don't remember.
It's
not even on here, is it? No,
I know the one that has their biggest hit, Babe, is Cornerstone.
Yeah.
That doesn't have any songs in our top 10.
Well, in my mind, I'm like, oh, it's Kilroy was here. It's not a great album.
No, it's not.
One of my favorite songs though, Mr. Roboto, the beginning especially.
Right.
Then I'm like, Edge of the Century sounds pretty good.
It is pretty good.
It's pretty good. But
you know what? Edge of the Century doesn't sound like Styx at all.
It's only got Destin Young, but it's got another singer.
Glenn Burtnick. Yeah, I don't know where he came from.
Tommy Shaw's not in the band anymore. So I'm like, and I re-listened to them, like, the songs they put out were pretty good.
Yeah.
But
you ranked 3.
But I went back and I was listening to albums. I'm like, Crystal Ball. I'm like, I like all the rock songs on it. Like they probably could have put more hits out if they released more.
I actually don't know which one I like the most based on our rankings. Though I think Pieces of 8. But you know what? We have a top 10. 10 songs. 5 albums, 2 songs each. It's like, I don't know what their best is because that's pretty much all they did.
Yeah, I almost don't have a favorite because they're all very.
I think you can actually.
They all have a couple great songs, a couple mediocre songs, and some that are like, ooh.
I know you can go to the library unless you have it already. But
you know what I bought? I bought
5-pack.
I was at the record store and I bought cassette form. They didn't have CDs yet, I don't think. And I bought Caught in the Act.
You didn't know it was live.
I did not realize it was live, but I turned it over and looked at all the songs. I'm like, I know all these. And I was thinking it was the greatest hits. And it was a live album. I was so disappointed when I heard it. I'm like,
especially when you know.
No, I did buy it in CD form. I did get the greatest hits, the one with the 12 hits. They put another one out later, but it's only got like 10 that I know. They put some other stuff in there too.
You know what's weird about when you realize it's live, you're like, oh no, because that's probably really what caused their downfall, right? Their live was turning into a theater show.
Well,
right?
the live album didn't do it.
They didn't.
Kilroy is here.
Okay.
Dennis DeYoung is the one who wanted it. He wanted to put on this like drama. Surrounding the theme of the album, so it was like based on
all the
rock was outlawed.
The musicians had lines. Now that's like 2112, right?
Yeah. Dennis DeYoung's name, I can't remember. It was like something like Rodney or something, like Rodney Orden or Odin.
You're talking about the character.
Yeah.
It was played Kilroy.
Yeah, Rodney Odin, something with a C, and then Kilroy, and it spells rock in it.
Yeah, and then the one guy that outlawed it was
Everett Righteous, which means ever righteous. Yeah.
And then Jonathan Chance is Tommy Shaw. But yeah, the fact that you're in a concert and each one specifically has lines.
Yeah.
For like, and they begin it with a 11-minute movie.
Yeah, I want the whole thing. I don't know if it still is, but it's in parts.
I'd actually like to see the movie.
It's on YouTube. At least it was.
Okay.
I saw it a few years ago, and the first part of the movie is pretty good. Then it gets in. They're on stage.
Okay.
At one point, they come out. I think it's heavy metal.
Do they interact
poisoning.
with the screen by chance?
No. But at one point, I think it's heavy metal poisoning, where they come out and they're doing like a line dance kind of deal where they're kicking. I'm like,
oh my God.
While they're singing the song, I thought, oh my God.
That's funny. It's funny that they had, talk about names. It's funny that they got a guy in the band named D. Young.
Yeah.
And another one.
Young. Yeah, James Young, and yet his initials, what they call him, is JY. It's just some person.
And then the other two guys are twin brothers.
Right? Pinoza? Is what it is?
Something like that.
Chuck and John.
Their drummer died already, and then the other one came out of the closet.
Yeah, I saw that.
So, I don't know.
But, Tommy Shaw in the movie is later on. He does one of his songs. During his guitar solo, I think it's a song he sings too. He goes into the audience. He's walking in the audience playing the guitar. They actually, at one point, they're picking him up, and the camera's above him. And he's doing this.
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah. So you don't still have that album?
I never had the album. I said I watched Kilroy.
No, the live one.
In CD form, I might have it somewhere downstairs. I don't know if I might have tossed all my cassettes
Might be
because they don't
to
play
listen to
anymore.
I mean, all their videos are live, so you would think it's similar to that.
Yeah, so they really were breaking up because of Dennis Young's vision. He wanted to go one way, they wanted to go another. They wanted to be more.
He wanted to go pop.
Yeah, he wanted to go pop. They wanted to stay rock, and
neither one sounds bad. But yeah,
even when they came back with Edge of the Century, they wanted to release more songs, but that was like in 1990.
Right.
But they weren't doing it because grunge was coming on the scene, and their sound wasn't what they wanted to play on the radio
that's
anymore.
Probably why they released the one song that we like from Glenn Burtnick, because he matched the sound that was coming out.
Yeah, so that's kind of why they went in the way of not being around anymore. Again, rock was not hardly a thing anymore. You can't hear it on a regular radio station.
No, you know what? Then these bands with a bicker. Yeah, that's where you got the expression "egos are too big."
Yeah, and he wasn't going on tour. I didn't read this in Wikipedia, but I heard this a while back that he has something wrong with his eyes where he.
Oh yeah.
He's
for a brief period.
He's sensitive lights. Yeah, he had to wear sunglasses. So he wasn't going on tour with them, and they wanted to tour.
So be like Roy Orbison.
So they were touring without him, and he got upset about it. I don't know if they got somebody to replace his.
Yeah, they did. But
so
he played the keyboards. Whether that guy sang or not, I don't know.
Yeah, but that's. So that had a big part.
What's interesting, I like when we finally heard them. I don't remember what the first time. I imagine Mr. Roboto was the first song we ever heard of theirs and recognized. That's Styx,
Yeah.
But in that video, he looks all blonde and everything. You look at the past, he does not look like it. He looks like a member of ELO or one of those other bands.
Yeah. In fact, Kilroy was here, and an album from ELO called Secret. I can't remember what the Secret Passage, something like that.
Okay.
ELO had an album, and because there was some preachers coming against them saying they had backmasking in it.
Yes.
And Styx is like, we don't have backmasking. We're not going to put something in there backwards. It's hard enough to get our stuff right going forward.
Right.
But they put Kilroy was here because of that.
Who's doing that? Who's actually listening? Who's putting a tape in and playing it backwards? Well, how do you even come up with that? Is that a thing? Why is that a thing?
Yeah, well, you can go on, I'm sure you can go on YouTube and find somebody who's done it. And even when they do it, I'm like,
yeah,
I don't quite hear it.
It's like Nostradamus' predictions. Like, you think you heard something and you didn't.
Well, if you tell me what he says, I can probably convince myself to believe I heard it. Well, yeah, there it is.
Well, you got this Laurel or Yanni. Probably people aren't even hearing the same thing, Can we someone tell you hear something and I hear something?
I've heard them both. I've heard them both. One was on my phone, one was on computers. I don't know if it was a difference. I think one I heard when the volume was lower, and one I turned the volume up and I heard something else. So.
Now, as far as videos, I told you most of them were live. If you watch the videos, too much time on their hands. They actually tried to.
Have you seen the Tonight Show? Jimmy Kimmel and not Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon and Paul Rudd. They put wigs on and they were pretending to be Dennis Young and Tommy Shaw. They did too much time on their hands.
Okay. They tried to be make it a comedy video, right?
Yeah.
Tommy Shaw's shooting pool and the stick goes.
Yeah, for a long time I'm like, what the heck is he saying there? He's like, null and void. He says, and I'm like, I had no idea what he was saying there. And I looked it up like,
oh yeah, where he's talking about things. My line.
Is it any wonder that I'm not the president? And then he says, is it any wonder I'm null and void? I'm like,
would you rather Tommy Shaw as your president than Joe Biden? The answer is yes.
and you probably know this already, that I think they did too much time on my hand on Daryl's house.
Yeah, I did know.
Yeah, the case.
And then what was the other video that was of any interest was Love Is the Ritual, right? Because Tawny Katane was the girl in it.
Okay.
And she was the White Snake girl, but now she's dead.
Yeah, she passed away last year? The year
I think
before?
it was last year. The yeah, and what I don't like about the song is the title, Love Is Not a Ritual. Do you love me? It says I have to, basically.
I like Love at First Sight better. I didn't, and when I heard it, I'm like, oh, I know this song. I didn't realize I knew it by the title.
Yeah, that album probably has the 3 songs out of the ones where there's 3 released. Those are the 3 I recognize. Other albums, I only know 2.
I would definitely put Kilroy as my favorite album if Too Much Time on My Hand was on that album too. I thought, because I actually thought
it came out
I thought Too Much Time and Mr. Roboto were on the same album and they weren't.
Yeah, I don't know. 2 songs per album when you release. Is that enough to make you want to get an album?
There was one that had like 5 singles that were released, but only one. Like,
nothing ranked. I know. Yeah, some bands do that. Then nowadays you got bands releasing 6 or 7 songs. Why buy the album?
Well, Bon Jovi did it. We showed Leslie that they did it, and all of them were hits.
I know.
What was their? They had one that was "Come Sail Away" was their #1 hit. I believe it's the only one that went to #1.
No, Come Sail Away didn't go to #1.
Which one did? There was
Babe.
One Babe. Oh yeah, Babe
went to #1. There were like 3 songs that hit #3. Mr. Roboto went up to #3. I'm pretty sure.
I did because you said Mr. Roboto was probably the first one we heard.
Yeah.
I disagree because I was thinking this earlier. I was like, wait, wasn't I thinking of something early? I remember we would go to our neighbor's house across the street, and play in their basement. I think we heard Styx down there on the radio or
you don't remember which song though?
It might have been Babe or something like that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. The recognizables. I'm saying we probably heard stuff, but we didn't think. Oh,
I'm thinking that's where I remember hearing it.
Yeah. So Come Sail Away, people were. Today's generation would know because it was the music in the trailer for the movie Moana. The Disney, you put that in the Disney movie, even though it has nothing to do with actual sailing. But they were on a boat,
Mr. Roboto was in that one commercial for a car. Was it a car? Where the park lot, and somebody's like doing this, and the lights are on, and then you open the door, and then you hear the music, and then they close it, you couldn't hear it.
Now, did Weird Al do anything?
No, Weird Al didn't do anything. As far as I know, Styx didn't do anything.
Weird Al didn't do anything with Bon Jovi.
Styx didn't do anything for movies either, so.
Right. Yeah, I definitely don't remember anything unless somebody put a song in.
Yeah.
I think I've seen a bunch of songs were in movies, but not for the movie.
Yeah, and Tommy Shaw had a couple single albums.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact,
we're going to have them.
We'll switch over our board, but
and Dennis Young, I remember had Desert Moon, and he gets off the train and he's meeting his friends, and he's acting like, "Oh, what are you doing back here?" And I'm like, "Is that his riff between the band at the time?" I was like, they're not the band or the Styx. And
he was probably enjoying every minute of it because he got to act.
Yeah,
he likes acting. Yeah. So. All right, so now we get the new board up. You'll see that the top is Kilroy was here, and you see this little drawing here. That's Kilroy.
Yeah.
We had a friend at school who used to draw that all the time.
Yeah,
I didn't realize
I drew some like that before after I saw it. And
Yeah, I
Not a hard thing
and
to
I
draw.
don't think I knew what it was from, but I remember
So
seeing that all
it
the
was
time.
engraved into a memorial. Is that what it was?
Something. It's,
It wasn't just drawn on there. It looks like it was etched into the.
yeah, but I thought it was a cartoon character. I literally did, like Ziggy or something.
Just looking over a wall.
Right. But what's funny about Kilroy was here. He put out two hit songs, anyways. Mr. Roboto, and then Don't Let It End. And I wonder if that's the last song on the CD.
It's on twice.
It's on twice.
It's a
Reprise?
maybe a second or third song.
Okay.
And the last song is a reprise.
See, you would think it's like Don't Let It End, and then they put out their live act, and it ends. Oops.
Well, they got back together again.
Well, they did get back together.
Yeah, 1990
yeah,
was
it took
edge of the century because it's not the edge. You should put it at 99 and then said edge of the century. It's like
Yeah. Now, the same year Caught in the Act was put out, that's when Dennis DeYoung and Tommy Shaw both put out their solo hits. Tommy Shaw had Girls with Guns,
Right.
And for some reason Dennis DeYoung's was way more popular. Desert Moon. I don't
could
care.
have been a video.
I don't care for that song. But in 1990 they come back, and Tommy Shaw is not in the group, and you know why? Why? You know.
Oh, because he was committed to Damn Yankees.
Damn Yankees, and that's definitely a better way to go. So
Not only that, after he did Damn Yankees, there's 2 albums called Shaw Blades.
right. He
Right,
actually
they did.
worked with Jack Blades.
Yeah, because they were both in Damn Yankees.
On their own. But like I said, this band needs to tour with Night Ranger.
And they have toured with
REO Speedwagon, and they've actually taken a couple of songs and intermingled them somehow. I forget how.
Dennis DeYoung and Kevin Cronin can like swap
They
places.
could.
they
As you
they
showed me
both
that
got
video.
the blonde white
Right,
hair.
right. Except Dennis DeYoung doesn't sound like a grandma.
Yeah. Or look like one.
Yeah, so they put out their greatest hits finally. Did they have a greatest hits before 1995?
They had one in 1979.
Okay.
Didn't have. Yeah.
They didn't
It
have
wasn't.
big hits yet.
Yeah, right,
So
yeah.
you don't want that one. You don't want Caught in the Act or that greatest hits. And then, Tommy Shaw, he did come back in 1999. I think Dennis DeYoung got the boot after that album, Brave New World.
In
Tommy Shaw came
in
back,
our history,
right?
we heard. First time we heard Rush when we were in freshmen. Big Money's gonna be a video tonight. We watched it,
Right.
and then because we got into them, we got tickets to the concert.
That's right.
And who opened for him?
Tommy Shaw.
Tommy Shaw.
And we were remembering.
I remember waiting to get in,
Well, we were walking through the halls and you
and
could
Tommy
hear
Shaw was
practicing Renegade.
doing sound checks.
Right, but it was.
I thought it was too much time on my hands.
No, I remember the "Oh Mama, I'm in fear."
Yeah, so yeah, we could hear him practicing doing the sound
And I
check.
remember the practice, but I don't remember the concert at all.
Yeah.
For all we know, we're like, "Who's this guy again?"
Yeah, I'm not sure we really knew who Styx was.
Yeah. I mean, even we knew who Styx was, but we didn't know anybody in particular.
Yeah.
We didn't know Tommy Shaw.
Yeah, you're right.
So did he do it? I mean, that was a Styx song.
He was doing
I'm not
it-
even sure I realized that was a Styx song at the time.
Yeah, no, we probably thought it was solo career songs. But he only did like 5 songs, I think. He didn't do too many.
Yeah. So that was our experience with. We actually got to see Tommy Shaw without realizing it.
We didn't realize we were listening to Styx.
Right. So that's pretty much it. Edge of the Century was really their last time they had any Billboard chart-topping song. So let's go ahead and get to our
Top 10. Or 9. Or 8. 7. 36.
Okay, so like I said, we got 10 songs, 2 from 5 different albums. But the ones that
And that doesn't surprise me.
The ones that did not make it, and this might surprise you, is that I actually had Lady in my top 10. Somehow. And then Girls with
It's
Guns.
because it has drums at the
And
end.
then Girls with Guns. I actually, maybe. But I like Girls with Guns more than some of their power ballads.
Okay.
And then you already said you like
Yeah.
Love at First Sight.
Literally, we don't like Girls with Guns, but the song.
We like guns.
You need a girl.
You need a girl, guys.
Like, oh, John!
Why did I point this? There are some funny videos of girls with guns because
Right.
they don't know how to hold them. They shoot and it.
Yeah, their shoulder gets dislocated, right?
All right. So, anyways, all right. That's our songs that did make. Love at First Sight for you, two for me, Lady and Girls with Guns. Okay, Lady with Guns. All right, a combination. So, first, number 10. First song would be "Don't Let It End," and that's from Kilroy Was Here. Both of us have this in the top 10. You have it at number 10? I have it at number 9.
Pretty close.
And by the way, out of these 10 songs, so get this. I forgot about this. That this is one of the few bands, and I have to look back at all of our stuff to see who made this list. But this is one of the few bands that has a top 10 hit in 3 different decades. So they
I did read
from 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Because of the Edge of the Century,
Yes.
Show Me the Way.
Right, and because it came out in 1990, they qualify for the 90s decade. Okay, so
Didn't they got a Grammy? Is that what?
at the very least a nomination.
That's what I meant. Okay, they got a nomination. Yeah.
So we only got 4 songs that actually are in the 80s, 4 songs from the 70s, and 2 from the 90s, which means 2 songs from that album. Well, I already said 2 from 5 different albums. So once you know that Edge of the Century has one, it has another. Okay, so Don't Let It End is our number 10. Number 9 is and by the way, these first 3 are all power ballads. Get the power ballads all right, then we get to the fast ones. All right, so this from Paradise Theater, and this would be The Best of Times. I have this one at 8, and you put it outside at the 11. And that I don't know. I like it's got
Yeah, okay, so
it's a little stronger.
when we were doing Night Rage, we had said, is there any lines that maybe one singer will start
Right.
and another singer will finish? Best of Times, that's the chorus, and here he says the best.
And the whole band
says of times.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, next one up, Edge of the Century. This would be the last power ballad. This is Show Me the Way. You don't agree that it's a power ballad? It's a ballad, though, right?
It's a ballad. I don't know if it's a power ballad.
Okay.
Well, again, it depends what your definition of ballad is. Is ballad specifically have to be a love song? That's what I'm thinking of ballad.
And do power ballads exist anymore? The way people sing nowadays, I don't know that it does. Adele, or all her songs.
Maybe.
She doesn't sing anything but power ballads. Okay, but I have this one at 14, but you have it at number 5. So the comparison there is off. All right, that's from Edge of the Century. Next one up, first song from Grand Illusion. This would be "Fooling Yourself, Angry Young Man."
Yeah. Now you didn't put the Grand Illusion song in our list. I said it's on the radio all the time. Well, when you look at Wikipedia, it says it gets extensive airplay.
It did say that,
but it says it was never released as a single.
I didn't know it was even extensive airplay. I didn't see that line until after I already gave you the list.
Yeah, but even if you put it on there, it might not have made our top.
No, probably wouldn't have. I put "Rockin' the Paradise," and I don't remember ever hearing that. I think I heard "Rockin' the Paradise" 2 weeks ago. I actually heard "Grand Illusion" last week.
Well, "Rockin' the Paradise" starts with is it Best of Times? Best of Times,
Maybe.
beginning.
I don't know. But yeah, I actually just heard "Grand Illusion" last week. I'm like, figures it never on my list. There it is. Okay, so "Fooling Yourself." You have this one at 4, so you even like this better than "Show Me the Way."
Right. See why it was written? He wrote it because of
a guy who was in
James Young, I think, was always angry that they weren't getting. Or every time they had a setback, he'd get angry about it.
You're right. That's what this one.
So he wrote about it,
and then he said later he experienced the same thing as that. He's like, "Chill, dude." So, but I have this one at 15. I actually like "Show Me the Way" better than this one.
This was one of my favorite Styx songs at a point in my life. I think in the 90s.
This one, I don't know. There's something about that keyboard sound because I mentioned it sounds similar to Yes doing their old songs round.
What I really like is when that ends. and then the acoustic guitar comes in. That's what I like. It
changes like several different songs.
Yeah, that's what I like about it. So.
Yeah, and that's similar to Yes too. Like, what's that one song? Changes.
Yeah,
two different songs.
Key change, not just key changes, but signature time changes.
Just like Rush does. Okay, next, number 6. Love is the Ritual, our second song from Edge of the Century.
Not sung by Dennis Young or Tommy Shaw.
No, I have this one at number 4. You have it at number 9. And how can you not like the beginning bass song?
How come you don't have First Sight in the top 10?
I know, but the bass stands out in that. You know, the song starts to say boom, yeah. The oddball thing is like something Yes would do, right? With do. but cooler. All right, so that's our number 6. That's why we have 2 songs from the 1990s. All right, number 5. Next 2 songs are both from Pieces of 8. Blue Collar Man, and I have this one at 5. You have it at 7. And this one, it's not on the same album as Fooling Yourself, but the keyboards are similar. I'm like,
no, it's on the same album as Renegade.
I thought this was on the same album as Fooling Yourself.
They're similar sounding songs too. I mean, I think they're similar sounding because they're the same singer. You know.
Yeah,
Tommy Shaw song,
Tommy Shaw,
Dennis Young song,
so he has less top 10 hits than
which amazes me. I can't believe.
But he has the better rockin' songs.
Yeah.
But again, back when Billboard was putting all the power ballads on it, it's love number 1. It's like, you suck. Okay, and then the next one up again would be Renegade, because you just said these were both on Pieces of 8. And Renegade is my second song. I thought about putting this at number 1. I'm like, nah, you can't put it above the other one. So this is my second, and
apparently when he put that song out, they're doing hanging still. Because they're talking about the man of the gallows.
Oh, I don't know.
By the way, he sounds like he said, "Mama, when I get caught, they're gonna hang me."
and by the way, Blue Collar Man. That was in the inspiration for that was a friend of Tommy Shaw's had gotten laid off or something. He was in the unemployment line. It's like, just take your life and put it to song, right? Okay, next one up, number 3. Come Sail Away, the song that gets played the most, probably. I wouldn't think it does, don't you think?
It's 2 different songs, too.
Yeah, you know what? And what's interesting...
right there, now we're on a different song. It should have
so this one's from Grand Illusion. You have this one at 3. I have it at 6. And I just watched the original video. It leaves out that middle section.
Does it?
It's like 5 minutes long, but it's actually supposed to be like 8. It leaves.
I just like the trill on the piano before he starts singing.
Yeah, you know what? There's the one part that sounds like it's a whale. You know and then the guitar part. You know, that's the part that people know from Moana. And I think there's another part to that. I can't remember how it sounds right now, but they left quite a few parts in the middle section. All right, number 2 would be from Kilroy Was Here, and that's Mr. Roboto. You have this at number 2. I have it at number 3. Now, despite us liking it, there's no way you can put this as their top song because this is one of those bipolar songs for people. This is you could say it's a really good song, but it capped their downfall.
Yeah,
practically.
I just like the lyrics at the beginning. He's like. Where he says it's brain IBM.
No, I like the lyrics.
He's got a microchip in there.
And now everybody knows. Well, I don't know if everybody knows it, but is that Japanese? The domo arigato.
Oh yeah. It means because he says the line. He goes, "Thank you very much."
Right.
I think that's the translation.
Okay.
And
at the beginning,
I think it's thank you very much.
You said you like the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Because it's got strong drums when they say that. Not playing it on that drum because it sucks.
Well, even before that, they goes. It's got the intro from Yes. The big what's the song? Rhythm of Love.
Oh yeah. Okay, so hopefully you know what our number one song is. We both agree it's the number one song, and that would be from Paradise Theater.
Too much time on my hands.
And it's got, he goes through all the things. It's not a wonder on this or that.
Yeah.
He says the president. He says
he says that everybody's his friend as long as I'm paying.
yeah. And then the video, he's actually burning a dollar bill to light a cigarette or something.
So as soon as you
that.
stop paying for the drinks, to let them know you're not your friends anymore.
Yeah. So that's our list, and you agree.
Yes. You should. That's right.
No, you shouldn't, because we disagree with each other. We're gonna fight one of these days. But yeah. So share, like, comment. Do you agree? What's your favorite?
Anyways, next week we are going to do another city band.
Right. This one, Styx was based on Chicago.
We've done Chicago. Eventually we'll do the state band Kansas. But next week will be Massachusetts. Boston. It'd be funny if there was a band called Massachusetts.
Are there any other bands with names? Well, what's another city?
We've already.
What's a city in Boston, Massachusetts besides
Boston? I don't know. There is none.
It's the only city we know about.
Yeah.
But it's Boston. But we're not going to speak in Bostonese.
No, but so Boston is like Come Sail Away because all their albums feature a spaceship. Yeah, that's shaped like a guitar.
Is it shaped like
it's shaped like a guitar
on
the albums? So,
all right. So till then, we'll see you.
bye.
All right. This is the start of Styx. Okay. Before we just move on. So we wanted to make mention that you noticed last week video on Bon Jovi the error graphic went above Chris a bunch of times. I actually got one wrong too. At least one wrong. Probably multiple, but I'll mention the one. And I said Bon Jovi had a song at the same title as Rat. Lay Your Hands on Me.
Oh yeah.
And I looked it up and it's like, no, it was Lay It Down. I'm like,
I didn't see that.
So Chris didn't want to look up all my errors. That's why
that takes worse. Worse.
So we're just in the business of spreading misinformation.
Yeah. Okay, speaking of that, when I see a fact checker go, this is misinformation, I go, ooh, click on it. I want to see what the actual facts are. Because anytime they say misinformation, it's true.
Yeah, nowadays, guaranteed.
Yeah, so.
The thing they're saying is wrong is right.
Yeah.
And what they're telling you is right is wrong. Then again, the Bible says that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Things that are right are wrong, things that are wrong are right.
All right, on to Styx.